it's me, Val Toxic Free. Welcome. I'm at work, so I had a few hours free because I've had a cancellation, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a video. Now, I'm going to do a video about something that I found on my video last night, my live video. I'm going to put the comment up here. Now, the reason I wanted to do this video, for many reasons, not just for me, not just to moan and to start bitching and pointing fingers again, because I know I do that a lot, but that's just me. If you don't like my channel, you know what you can do, you'd have to watch me. But last night I had a comment from a lady who I won't say her name, and it was something like, you reported, I'm going to put it up here, I can't remember by hand, reported you just can't help yourself, you old hag, nagging old hag or something, I can't remember, and I hope that they remove your channel. I did reply. I couldn't help myself. But what I want to say is I put a response or like a comment underneath, a pinned comment underneath that video. I just think we all react to something that somebody else has done differently. I react in my way. It doesn't mean that I'm right. You don't have to agree with my actions. But the reactions, as we know, of somebody who has had a negative person or a toxic person, or something happened to them that they didn't ask for, that they didn't invite into their life, that they've not had any control over. That's what my video was about. I was talking about a channel that had stepped into my eyeline. I hadn't invited her into my world, she pushed her way into mine. So I made a live video about it. Now, I might have been a bit bitchy, I might have sounded like an old hag, but that was my reaction. And what I want to say is, if people in this community want to keep going around and shaming people when they want to open up or expose or just talk about something that's happened to them, they need to just let them get on with it. If you do not like that person, just let them get on with it. If they are talking about somebody else who's broken their heart, who's abused them, who's done something wrong, remember, they wouldn't be doing that, having that conversation, if the person who had said something or done something or whatever in the first place. So don't shoot the messenger, guys, because what's happening in this community is that people are actually getting scared to speak up. There's a lot of channels that know about toxic channels in this community, but they don't want to speak up. Why? Because of the very person that commented on my channel last night. The very trolling, and what it is, it's a form of gaslighting, because I'm a strong person. And when I saw that comment, for a few seconds before my brain kicked in, I felt gaslighted. I felt like, oh my God, I did sound a bitch. But then I came to terms with it and said, yes, I did sound a bitch. Okay, but that's the way I react. Do not put anybody down anywhere. Do not shame victims. If they want to talk about, if they want to vent, if they want to make a video about something that's happened to them, it's not their fault. They are reacting to somebody else's actions. It's a secondary thing. It gives me the opinion of the people that do that. Are they trying to support the victims in this community, or are they trying to support the channels that are victimizing? Because if you're going to be somebody who starts to harass and troll someone who's trying to help the community, and that's not just talking about me, I'm talking about any other channel out there that are trying to help, and there's a few. What kind of person are you if you're going to put yourself out there, troll that channel, put that person down, call her names for actually outing a toxic channel, a toxic person? You're doing the victims in this community down. You're doing the victims out of strong individual channels that are willing to put themselves out there. If you were a real victim of abuse, you would see the good in what we do, even if we talk in a negative way, even if we bitch like I did, even if we sound like an old hag. Let us get on with it, because we are doing something good by trying to expose people in this community. So those people that then come to me and say, for God's sake, stop moaning and try and help people in this community, channels that are doing that, they're doing it in a different way. We may not be helping you by talking about gaslighting videos. We may not be talking about, going to Google and researching the information and talking about it. We're actually hands-on. We really want to help people in this community. So if somebody comes along and you get these trolls coming along and they start trolling the channels are not going to carry on. The channels will just think, do you know what, I can't deal with this, because we are victims of abuse ourselves and we try to be strong. And I have to keep reminding myself what I've been through and that this is nothing compared to what I've been through. So the people who are trolling the channels that are trying to support people in this community, you've got to stop, because you're doing yourself out of, help. You're actually causing channels to stop helping communities. You're actually stopping the community from helping by exposing the channels that are bad. And if you're left with all the channels that are bad and you're just trolling the good channels trying to help the community, then you're going to just end up with a bloody community full of toxic channels. So you're just doing the opposite way round. If you see somebody complaining, just shut up. If you're a negative person yourself and you feel that, oh, this person's being an old nag, this person's, yes, she's being an old nag, but she's trying to do it in a good way. So all you're doing, if you are a victim, is you're sounding like you're not a victim. You're going to stop people from standing up for themselves. You're going to stop the victims coming forwards. You're going to stop people outing and exposing the narcissists in this community. So trolling is not a good thing to do when you've got channels trying to expose bad behaviour. We may not do it in the right way. We may do it in a bitchy way or an old haggish nagging way. But whatever way we do it, we're doing it. Cannot go around pointing fingers at people who have done no harm, who have got involved with a toxic person through no choice of their own. I point fingers a lot, but I point fingers at people that deserve it. I point fingers at people who have faked their channels, they've faked their subs, they've abused people, they've smear campaigned people. And I luckily have a strong character where I can deal with it. But for a split second, before my character and my strength kicked in, I really felt bad for what I'd said in my video. But you know what? I've now come around to think, no, I stand by what I said. If I wanted to come across as a little bit catty or a little bit bitchy, that's it. That conversation would never have come about if the first person had not done something wrong in the first place. So guys, you need to point your fingers at the people who deserve it, not at the innocent victims who have been abused or victimized or something has happened to them. Because the more we do that, the more people aren't going to stand up for themselves. The more we point fingers at people who've been in some kind of toxic scenario and blame them and say you're being a bitch. No one's being a bitch for talking about somebody else who's done something wrong. Now again, I'm going to repeat myself. Someone's taken my name, which was fine. But then I got inboxed and I got told that I was being abusive and that I was, I felt, let's just put it this way, the way the letter was written, it felt like I was being, wrong, that I was being accused of stuff that I hadn't done, that she was getting all thumbs down because of what she was doing. It was what she was doing that she was getting thumbs down. I hadn't been sending her thumbs down. So for somebody to jump into my line of vision, to make me feel negative, put negative vibes onto me, create negativeness, and also fake their views, which she's been doing, because you don't gain 7,000 views in 48 hours. I brought this up. So what we need to do is not point at the person talking about the bad person, just start pointing more at the bad person. The more we do it, the more these people will not hide behind the no contact, don't supply the narc rule. There's too much of that going on. Do not point your finger at people who are talking about their abuse. Do not victimize them. They wouldn't be having that conversation had they not been abused or victimized or whatever in the first place. So point your finger at the right people and not the wrong people. So I stood up for myself, and I've just basically, my channel's a platform and I will talk about what I like on my channel. I've never been afraid to stand up for myself, and I've never been afraid to stand up for people in this community. So for those that don't like it, don't watch my channel. For those that think that I'm a nagging old bag, whatever she called me, and that, you know, you can't report a channel for making a video about somebody else's toxic channel. Report the right people, guys. Report the right people. And then you won't get people going around victimizing the wrong people. Now, I'm not saying I was victimized, but I'm saying this on behalf of all the victims in this community, that if I can't speak up for myself and point out what is going on, no one else is going to. All the victims will just stay quiet because they'll feel shamed all over again. If you're going to point your finger at a victim and say, you know, you're being a bitch, don't talk about him, you shouldn't be saying these things, you're an old nag. It's not on, because they should be allowed to air their views. Go and shout at the origin. Go and shout at the person who's created that negative conversation. See, these people that poke at victims and say you're being a bitch, they wouldn't dare say that to the real person. They wouldn't go back to the source of the actual negative conversation starter and say, "Hoi, don't do this. Stop buying views. Stop abusing people," because they know what would happen. So they have a lot of anger inside them. So what they do is they then poke at the victims, because they know damn well that they're going to shame that victim, gaslight that victim, and then that victim's going to crawl back into her shell and probably not say another word. And that's what's happening. We should be able to speak about something that's happened to us, and we should be able to, if you don't like what you're listening to, then that's your issue and that's your problem. But don't shoot the messenger, guys. I make my videos to help people and to show strength and to show that you can speak up for yourself. And I'm not going to be gaslighted by comments saying that I'm being a bitch for talking about somebody else's negative and toxic behaviour. That's all I really want to say. Thank you for the support, guys. Thank you for watching, and thank you for the people who were supporting me on my live and could see the situation that I had been put in, not got myself in, been put into. And again, I won't be apologising for how I reacted, how I vented. That's my way of venting, and we all need to vent in our own ways. And we don't need somebody else poking us and saying, "Why are you being such a bitch? I'm going to report your channel." Go and report the channels that are actually hurting victims. Go and report the channels that are causing people to try and commit suicide, or that are hurting and abusing and smear campaigning. Go and report those people. Do not report the people that are talking about those people. Said my bit. Take care. Have a lovely toxic-free day. See you later.